Teaching practice is a period of time that a student teacher spends at a real school as part of their training. Teaching practice is an essential part of the training student teachers receive in becoming skilled and professional teachers. It is a valuable time for student teachers to develop their skills in real-life classrooms and schools. Getting teaching practice right is important because the time a student teacher spends teaching children in class and the support they receive can make a crucial difference in them becoming an excellent teacher. And as we know, excellent teachers ensure children learn. And when children learn, we all benefit. This short video sets out 10 key steps and principles to deliver quality teaching practice in Nigeria. It is intended for all those people and institutions which have a role to play in preparing student teachers for a rewarding and successful career as a teacher. That means anyone from colleges of education, their management and teacher educators, to head teachers and teachers who work with student teachers in schools, their school-based mentors and supervisors, and the state universal education boards who are committed to seeing the best teachers deployed in the schools they manage. So what does quality teaching practice look like, and what has to be in place to make it a success? Number 1. Quality teaching practice must involve good preparation and training from the College of Education, plus enough teaching practice time in a real school. Starting in the first semester of the National Certificate in Education, NCE, Year 3, the minimum standards say this should be no less than 26 weeks. Number 2. Quality teaching practice must involve student teachers being posted to schools where there is support provided. This means school support visits from the SUBEB, school-based support from teacher mentors, guidance and support from college-based teaching practice supervisors. Number 3. Getting all the right stakeholders involved in teaching practice is essential. This ensures everyone is working together to support student teachers, guide the process and ensure they receive an enriching experience. This means colleges of education, SUBEBs, and the schools where student teachers will be posted, forming a teaching practice committee. Membership of the committee is determined by the number of departments with accreditation in the college, the number of associate or cooperating schools involved in the TP exercise, and the structure in the SUBEB and the Ministry of Education. This teaching practice committee should ensure detailed and rigorous preparation is made to make teaching practice of the highest quality possible. Number 4. So what does regular quality teaching practice involve? A. Selecting qualified student teachers, mentors, and supervisors. B. A one-day orientation to prepare supervisors to model the teaching and behaviors they want student teachers to demonstrate when posted to schools. This means be able to utilize methods and strategies that put the student teachers and their pupils at the center of learning, being knowledgeable in their subject matter and versatile in the facilitation of learning, and most especially, being able to observe and assess student teachers objectively. C. 5 days orientation for student teachers to prepare them to engage in following the school of practice. D. 2 mentoring visits are made by college supervisors. These visits are not scored but used to prepare the student teacher for observation. E. A minimum of 6 visits by the same supervisor. This will ensure that every time the student is observed, the supervisor and school-based mentor are building on previous contact and developing the student teacher's knowledge and skills. Number 5. The 5 days of orientation for student teachers about to go out on teaching practice is very important and should be designed to ensure that A. They dress smartly and appropriately while attending school every day and arrive on time. B. They build appropriate relationships with pupils and teachers, parents, and the school community. C. They plan and prepare lessons in advance using low-cost and no-cost technology for teaching aids, teaching classes using a variety of appropriate techniques, managing the behavior of pupils positively without using physical or emotional punishment. D. They meet regularly with a school-based mentor, attend professional development meetings, and complete their journal to document their experience of teaching practice. E. They practice observing different teachers for learning from what they see and put the new effective teaching ideas into practice. Number 6. Ensuring that SUBEBs are involved in the preparation and orientation of student teachers for their teaching practice is absolutely necessary. This ensures that the College of Education A. improves the quality of teacher preparation programs based on feedback from SUBEB's field experience with their schools through their school support visits and annual school census. B. Provides opportunities to the teacher educators and students to learn and interact with the managers of the schools where they will be practicing. C. Works together with the SUBEBs to address teacher supply and teacher quality issues. Both will operate in isolation if this forum is missing, and consequently, there is a mismatch between teacher supply and demand. Teachers produced are not relevant to the needs of SUBEB. Number 7. The school-based mentor has a key role to play in supporting and encouraging the student teacher whilst on their teaching practice. This means focusing attention on what students will be expected to do during teaching practice and how to support the student teacher to achieve the expectation. Being a good school-based mentor means A. Spending time with the student outside your classroom or the staff room. B. Getting to know the student professionally, what aspects of teaching they are interested in, and what they think about teaching. C. Listening to them and letting them express themselves. D. Ask open questions to make them think. E. Being calm and gentle, accepting mistakes and helping them to learn from them. F. Being honest about things the students did well and things which a student did not do well. G. When giving feedback, giving examples of things that they did well or could do better and explain why. Number 8. Providing good feedback is about making helpful comments and observations. This might involve observations such as you ask the class questions that made the pupils think and encourage them to put up their hands so you could hear individual answers. This will help them learn. Or try to give pupils time to think before asking one pupil to answer questions. This will help children who take some time to think of the answer. Number 9. Mentoring meetings with the student teacher should take place every day. These meetings should allow the student teacher to talk about their day and think about the following day. What is discussed and agreed to in these meetings should be recorded in the mentor's journal. Doing so facilitates easy follow-up on action points that the mentor and student teacher jointly agree to during their daily discussions. Number 10. Practices that support mentoring. 1. Reading the student teacher's teaching practice supervision journal and the mentor's journal to find A. What was student teacher's biggest success today and what challenges did they face? B. Why did they think the challenge arose and what did they do to help the student teachers overcome the challenges? C. Did they feel the student teachers were well prepared and what will they do differently tomorrow? D. If student teachers asked anyone for help today, and how would they like you to help them tomorrow. 2. Discuss their plans for the next day. By doing A. Talk about the content they are teaching and check they have activities for the pupils to do and ensure that they plan to use learner-centered teaching methods in their lessons. B. Discuss ideas about how to include all the pupils in the lesson. C. Ask how they will know individual pupils are learning. D. Find out how they are going to support those pupils who find learning difficult. E. Help the student prepare any teaching aid they need for the following day. Finally, remember that quality teaching practice requires preparation, planning, partnership, and people skills. Getting teaching practice right is about inspiring the next generation of Nigerian teachers, dedicated and professional teachers who will go on to inspire and develop the learning and potential millions of children. Children who will contribute to a prosperous and successful Nigeria.